Hello guys and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I think I just want to kind of hang on, sorry. What is happening? Hello game. All right, the game's just kind of loading up because I just tabbed back into the video thing after clicking record. But in today's video I kind of want to talk about the death of why screens are the death of me. Sorry, got the wording wrong. I feel like screens have been the death of me and kind of really have affected my life in a lot of negative ways. Now, I don't think that and I think it's kind of ironic to say that as I'm literally actively making a video while playing a game on a screen, but I think that's just to show how much screens have had a negative effect on me. And I also want to make this video while doing this to have a good connection with screens, right? I feel like my relationship with screens are really bad because ever since I was very little, I'd say even before I have a conscious memory of it, I've been told, and I think I've seen pictures of me, because my parents, when they were growing up, had a Super Nintendo, so I used to play that even at a very young age, and I play games like I guess I wouldn't really play it because I was too young to actually press the buttons and stuff, but I'd pretend to or try to or whatever. So I loved, and I grew up with Super Mario World. That was the big game we played on my Super Nintendo, and I love Super Mario World. It's one of my favorite games of all time, and I just think that, and I think that having that early relationship with screens and playing all the time has really put a bad effect on me. I also was an iPad kid. I'm not afraid to say it. When I was very little, my parents saved up the money to buy me an iPad mini. I don't remember. I think I had an iPad. I don't remember what iPad number it was. I think I had an iPad mini 2 or a 4 or something. I don't remember. Don't tell me. I can't even begin to tell you the number. But that thing was my favorite thing as a child. I loved my iPad mini because the iPad mini basically, for me, it was I had games on it. I know I played games on it sometimes, but for me the main function of my iPad mini was just a game or not a game. It was just a YouTube emulator. Basically, it was just a device that played YouTube because I loved YouTube, and I had an iPod at one point, and I watched videos on that. But I loved watching videos on my once I got my tablet, my iPad. I loved watching videos on my iPad because it was a giant screen, very easy to press the buttons and just watch videos on it. And so I think like having grown up with video games, I played so many games and had been through, played a bunch of all the consoles. I played GameCube, played on a Wii, had an Xbox 360, switched to Xbox One. I played all the consoles. I was a big into screens, but I think it's funny that I think where the addiction really started though was I could actually pinpoint the exact point, I think, when my addiction truly started, and that was the summer my mom studied for the bar. My mom wanted to become a lawyer, and she had me at a very young age. So, in order to, provide for us, wanted to become a lawyer. That's what she decided to do, and so she had to study for the bar over the summer while raising me. And so we had family around us, my grandmother was there and around, and she helped and stuff, and my dad was also there at the time too. And I think that it was just really it was really interesting dynamic to basically what ended up happening was that my mom would always be on the computer studying or in a book studying. She would just, or she had a laptop, and so there would just be a lot of times where she was just studying and trying to pass the bar exam, which fair enough. So I had to sit there and not interact with her, and a lot of other people were busy working and stuff providing. So what did I have to do? I had nothing to do, so I played a lot of Call of Duty Ghosts that summer. That was the year Call of Duty Ghosts was due, so this was around 2013. And so I would just watch my tablet and play a ton of Call of Duty Ghost, because that was the newest COD. So I was just interested in Call of Duty Ghost more than I played the. I had other CODs, and I think I would play the other CODs, but COD Ghost was one of the first CODs I think I played online, for the time when I had internet. And also, that was the first time I ever bought DLC. I bought the first 2 DLC packs for that game, and I got that was super fun and cool and exciting because I got to play because the DLC packs in that game I think were cool. I think Ghost was an overly hated COD, but that's besides the point. The point really matters is that that was where our addiction started and how I really started to lose myself in the sauce with screens. And I think I've never really until really recently actually have had any notice or like self-awareness of how bad my screen addiction was and how to really solve it, and like, you know, realize that I need to like spend time outside of the game and stuff. And that's why I really wanted to get into, and I'm trying to start getting into manga. Like, I'm a big anime nerd fan, and I think I know that from the last episode. I think I talked about it a bit in the last episode, and you can even tell from my profile picture. But I just really love anime, and I like a lot of animes and stuff. And I think one of the best ways to, you know, still enjoy one of my favorite hobbies while also getting off of screens is reading manga, right? Because manga is still anime, and it still gets a lot of the same, you know. I don't want to be as cool as the anime per se, but you still get a lot of the same, and you get the same story and stuff out of it. And so that's why I really loved and wanted to, you know, push. Oh God, hang on. Gotta turn off my alarm. Oh, hang on. We gotta buy the door. Oh, hurry. No. Oh. All right, we're good. Had to be tactical there. Sorry. But anyways, the reason that my like alarm was, not my alarm, my alarm was just set because I was just set from the other day. I don't actually need it right now. I just forgot I had it set. But sorry, I'm like losing myself here in my train of thought. But what were we talking? Yeah, we're talking about why can't I think? Sorry, I do this a lot, so I hope you're okay with this, and I'll probably make it in the final cut. So my screen addiction really started with COD Ghost, and how I wanted to stop it. I only realized now, so I wanted to use manga. That's what it was. Sorry, I wanted to really get into manga and learn how to better myself with manga, but I haven't really delved too deep into manga. My favorite manga book individually has to be Azumaya Daioh, and I think the reason I like that one the most is because I've not actually seen the anime. I refused myself to watch the anime until I finished reading the manga, because I bought the manga and I knew if I watched the anime first, I would never read the manga because I would know what would happen. And I think I need to. Oh, I'd also read a bunch of Dragon Ball. I did get the Dragon Ball Z. The Dragon Ball Z was the first manga set I got. Was the Dragon Ball Z box set, and so I read through I think about half of it. I got like basically to the Cell Saga, to the beginning of the Cell Saga, reading it, and I really enjoyed the manga and seeing the differences, because the anime is not to 100% to a T to the manga. It's pretty accurate, but it is also like the biggest difference is just the quick revive is back here. Let me get quick revive. Yeah, we'll actually get quick revives so the video can last longer. But we'll only buy it once this video. We don't want this video to be lasting too long, so we'll buy it only once. And the dogs. Oh, this might be bad. BO1 dogs are easier than World of War, but still hard. Like, wait, still a lot harder than like what's it? Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 dogs are cakewalk. I'm running that name out. Oh no. Come on. Oh no. Oh, run, Takio. Nice. Alright, we're good. Alright. So yeah, and I think that like because I want to like get out of screens and stuff, I think I need to find more hobbies and interests, and that's why like I actually want to, you know, start creating videos, because I think that like I need to also get to the root of the problem is what I was trying to get at. Like I have the problem of liking screens, but I think tackling the root of the problem is also a good way. Like, associating screens are not all just bad, right? If I like make videos or do something else with my time while doing maybe something somewhat productive with the screens, I can make the screen time feel more rewarding and less like a waste of time. Because I feel like a lot of times I'll play games and stuff and feel like I'm just wasting my life away. I feel like I'm just doing meaningless tasks, even though like it's for entertainment or whatever. But like, I really need to just lock in and like, you know, get myself put better off. You know, like life is coming pretty fast. Wow, there's a lot of zombies for round 8, but life is coming pretty fast, and I need to, you know, change the way I've been in life. You know, change who I am and how I've been for the past few years to really better myself. Why are there so many zombies? It's round 8. This type 100 will not do the job. We'll throw some nades. But yeah, I really just need to lock in myself, and I think the best way to do that is through these videos, because the video itself versus like what I'm doing in the video is just playing a video game, and that's not really getting myself out of my shell and stopping the screen problem. And I also probably need to find another hobby to get out of the screen thing. Like I need to find like whether that be anything like drawing, manga, whatever. Just having more hobbies outside of gaming would just encourage me to be less addicted to the screen. And I also thought that a relationship might help with that, but I don't know if that's true. I've never been in a relationship, so I can't necessarily say what a relationship would do for me. S- Uh, will do for me speaking screen time wise. 'Cause like a relationship, I think if my girlfriend was an outdoorsy person, I think yeah, sure, I would be on screen because my girlfriend wouldn't want to be on screen. She wouldn't be outdoorsy. But if she's an outdoorsy person, I probably don't have any really interest with her, and I probably don't know how we would even become partners. Like, because like I think becoming like on a side note here, real quick, is like having a partner is cool and a nice bonus to life. But I don't think it's. Oh no, I don't think it's necessarily a necessity. Oh, that's bad. That was a bad train. But I don't think it's a necessity to have a partner in life because like having a partner can be good and it can help you in a lot of ways. But I also think that it could be very bad if it's not a good relationship, right? Like I think it could actually be. Oh, that was a good joke. It could actually technically be more negative than positive if the relationship isn't like a proper relationship and you aren't both mutually liking it and enjoying it, and there's just more headaches to it than non-headaches, right? And I think that's why like I think you need to root yourself in a person that has a lot of the same interests and likes as you. Because like if I like the same things as this person likes, I think we'll naturally just like each other, right? Because we will naturally want to do the same things together, and we will naturally want to hang around and be around each other more because we're doing the same things. And I talked to someone recently who just got out of a relationship with someone they've been with for a very long time. Well, not that long. It's been about I think it was about half a year, but 6 months, which is a decent relationship length, I would say. Like some people might say that's a really short relationship and you didn't really like do a lot. Sure, but I think that 6 months is far more than what most relationships happen, and I think being rooted in uh, whether you like the person or not, or like what the person likes, it will really affect the overall long-term longevity of the relationship. And also, I think I need to have that kind of way with screens. Like, as finally, weirdly enough as that sounds, like my relationship with screens is very poor, and I think I let screens take over my life, right? Like, I will think about getting home and playing the video game more than thinking about improving myself and trying to make my life better in a lot of ways, and like I said in the last video, just kind of floating by in life. I think I float by in life because of my addiction to screens, and I think that like I need to find a good happy medium with my relation with like because I know I like the screen and I know the screen likes when I have it on. As weird as that sounds, like I know like as weird as that sounds, I need to kind of treat it as like a physical object in my head. In my head, that's just the way I can make it work, right? If I treat this more as like a human being and trying to find a good middle ground, where like I think that's just the only way I can think of the easiest way I can think of to having the best relationship with it and trying to do it better. But I know that sounds probably weird and probably really confusing, but that's just how I think. I think I'm very, oh, I need that. Oh, I think I'm very unordinary in general. Another one? I didn't even know that was possible. But, uh, but I think that's just like how I am in general and how a lot of people are in general. I think a lot of people are like that where like a lot of people don't understand them, and I think people are quick to judge because they don't understand them, and I think that's like kind of upsetting. And like I think that with screens, oh, that was too slow. I think screens are just the biggest issue with that. Like so many people want to express themselves online and stuff, but are too shy to because people are way too quick to judge online. And I think that's another reason. Like screens are not only the death of me. I think they're just the death of lots of people. Like so many people are addicted to screens and love screens, and like screens could be their outlet, right? I'm like trying to use the internet and my screen as an outlet now to improve myself and to talk to others And I also think that the screen will, a screen can inherently do that, right? And like it could be a good, powerful tool, like to to bond and meet new people. Like I've heard crazy cool stories of like people becoming friends on the internet, and like, or like people be they're finding their lover online and becoming long lost mates. And I think that's like so cool because the coolest thing about the internet, in my opinion, is that I can talk to from the comfort of my home someone all the way in China, or like just across the world, because I live in America. So like the fact that I could talk to someone across the world from the comfort of my home without like any expenses needed or anything like that, I just think that's so cool and interesting, which like you just couldn't do without the internet, right? Like in order for me to ever talk to someone from China before the internet, is I would have to save up the money to get a boat or a ticket and go all the way to China to then talk to them. And like I wouldn't already have a prerequisite of knowing their hobbies or interests based on what I'm already doing, right? Because like, for example, I think Discord is a good example. Like Discord is, we'll say there's a lot of crazy people on Discord, and like the Discord, it could be very toxic and kill a lot of relationships and just kind of alter people's minds, the way people think. But I also think that oh, is Pack a Punch open already? Oh, it is. Yeah, I already did that one. So we're gonna Pack a Punch the 1911. We gotta get the Mustang and Sally in this video because it's just like the coolest gun when you Pack a Punch it, right? It goes from zero to hero. It's like the one of the worst guns in the game, and then it becomes just this absolute powerhouse once you Pack a Punch it. But I never realized left click shoots the right gun and right click shoots the left gun. That's kind of funny. But anyways, Discord, I think, maybe not Discord itself. Like, I don't think Discord as itself is going to manipulate you and make you a terrible person. But I think a lot of Discord communities can do that. And I think people get trapped in places like Discord or there's any weird, like, social group meeting app. Discord's the only one I can think of as a gamer. But there's probably other, like, social media groups and things that, like, platforms and things that, like, I think Twitter's another like terrible platform, and a place that a lot of people, especially older people, older than like my generation, Gen Z, like a lot of millennials, I think, are on that platform and like kind of get lost in the sauce with like, and just argue and bicker all the time and not really find themselves and just kind of become mush, which is why I think that like screens are just killing us as people. I don't think it's killing all of us. Like I said, screens have progressed us and allowed so many cool new opportunities. So I don't want to totally bash screens. Like I'm playing a video game right now and I'm able to express this because of technology and the screen and all that. But I just think that like we have overvalued and we have overused, and like a lot of the corporations have exploited the human mind to its fullest to keep retention and to keep them addicted to the screen and to their platform, so that they make more, so that you watch more ads and they make more money, right? Because that's like what it is, right? Anyone making a video game or anything on the internet typically is using that as a way to keep trying to find a way to keep you addicted to it or keep you on it as much as possible so that they can get as much value out of you, which is kind of sad in a way. And I wish I kind of grew up in an era a little earlier in the internet, because I feel like the internet's infancy was maybe not its very early infancy, but I feel like even as far back as the early 2000s, like the internet just wasn't nearly as developed, and like people were way less addicted to screens and had a different relationship to screens. Like even when this game came out per se, as they do now in the great year of 2026, where like screens are everywhere and more than ever. Like when I went to school, like and my throughout most of my school, I was just there was always like I had a personal screen throughout almost all my school. Like I kind of went to a more wealthier public school, so we had iPads, and at the end of elementary school, and like fifth grade we got iPads, and then in middle school and high school they gave us MacBooks. We literally just had a computer, and I think a lot of schools usually have Chromebooks. They usually have a more crummy computer, which is whatever. Like it's still a computer, like right, like the fact that I have a computer and I can literally sit there and be on a screen and do whatever I want. Like I think having the screen was actually a terrible thing for me in high school, because I would actively found out a way to like mod games on it and was just not actually learning or like trying to learn at all in school, and just kind of abusing the fact that I had a screen and like playing games on it and just thinking about getting home to then play more games. right? Like, which is kind of ironic. I was playing games at school, thinking about playing games at home instead of playing the game I was playing on my computer. And I figured out how to get good games too. Like, I'm not talking like just some little Flash games. Like, I did play the Flash games, but I'm mainly talking about games like I had Dolphin Emulator, if anyone knows what that is. And I could literally play GameCube games on my computer. And eventually I found a way to download Steam, and I had Balatro on my computer in senior year, and I was literally playing Balatro. I was literally all about trying to find a way not to really pay attention in school and find all the exploits and cheeses, if you want to say, if you want to call it that way. And I think that just shows how tainted my relationship with screens are, and why I really needed to like just kind of talk about it. I guess I've never really talked about it, and I guess this video is more of just kind of getting myself more aware to the idea that like, oh wow, I really really need to lock in when it comes to my screen time. And I don't think I need to set like a strict screen time. I just think I need to come to realize like I don't think there's a set amount of time that you need to have to a screen that's like good or bad, right? I think it's what you're doing with the screen and how you're doing it, and how your life is also around it is going. Like, I think like if your life is going fantastic, I think it's totally okay to like allocate yourself, a whole day to playing like as long as you're not like skipping responsibility or anything. I think it's totally valid to spend a whole day, playing the game, right? I think that's totally warranted and fair to reward yourself if you spent your time wisely earlier in the day or throughout your life and have the free time. Like if it's like a Saturday, like I don't see why we should gatekeep ourselves to like, oh, you can only play the screen for 2 hours a day. Like I feel like that. I think that habit can be good, building a habit like that, but I also feel like that could really backfire in a lot of ways, right? If you like restricting things as a parent, I feel like could really backfire in a lot of ways, because I feel like in the long run that would just one like if I never had, oh my god, what that dog went through the floor, but like in my life, if I had what's it called? If I had like a screen time limiter when I was younger, because I never had a screen time limit. I think that's another thing, and I'm not gonna blame my parents for it, because I don't think my parents really knew the dangers of screens. Right, my mom was very young when she had me, like I said before, and also she grew up with like some form of screens, even though she wasn't really on them much. She like never really knew the dangers of screens. No one knew, really. No one knew that we would all have little pocket phones and be like watching the screen every minute of our lives, doom scrolling, or just whatever. So I don't even think my mom could have like stopped it. Like I think she can my sister was born recently, and I have a sister. We're 18 years apart, which is crazy to think about. But with her, I think that is a good example of someone that she can really monitor and like pay more attention to, and how much screens can affect her life, and also learning from me, right? She knows that I'm addicted to screens and what screens have done to me, and how it shaped me. And I think screens have shaped me in a good way in a lot of ways. Like I think I grew up as a person a lot quicker than what I should have, or than what I would have, because I was on Xbox Live when I was 9 years old, hearing people say the craziest things, right? Like I think the screen has helped me in some ways with that regard, but I also think the screen has definitely hindered me in a lot of ways, right? Like I said, like I would not pay attention in school. Like I think that's a really big red flag, that I'm not paying attention in school and rather be playing games and doing bad in school, and not like being like an A+ student that I wouldn't say easily, but that I could have been. Like I could have been an A+ student and got straight A's and did super well in school. Oh my god, I'm red screened. But I chose not to do all of that because I rather played games and was thinking more short term. I think that's another thing. I never really think about the long term as much as I should. I always think more short term, like in the moment. I kind of like, I don't want to do this now, and so I want to do this instead. Not thinking that like, hey, if you do this now and don't do good now, your life later might suck a lot worse, right? But I also think that a lot of people I've talked to, a lot of older people, I think some people just are way too into the whole of thinking too far ahead, right? Like they sit here and they think that like especially billionaires. Like I think like Elon Musk is a good example. Like Elon Musk is the richest person in the world, but like he will just spend all it, but like he still works, and like it's just like they're never satisfied with what they have, like, right? They always want more. And I think that like that's like a thing where like, and I guess I could also come back to the screen thing where like I always want more with screens, and I never feel like enough, like I have enough with screens. And I think I built that poor relationship where I had no limitations, and I've just always been able to freely roam around and play games to the point where like all I want to do is play games, and I've never been shown the negatives until now. But now that I know the negatives, I think I'll have a better relationship. And just talking about it alone, I think has helped a lot with me realizing that like, hey, playing the game here and there is fine and all, but like, you know, there's times where you need to, you know, get up, go to work, lock in, you know, come home, you know, maybe de-stress, not look at a screen for a bit for your health, and then you know, after that, you know, then settle down, and then, you know, then maybe now you play a little bit of the game, you know, maybe now you actually play the game a bit. And as crazy as that sounds, but that's just kind of how I feel and how I've always felt in life. Like, that's not how I've always felt in life, but that's just how that's how I just think how it is now, I guess. I wouldn't say always. I just like to kind of, that's another thing I do a lot, is that, that's kind of a bad habit, is that I like to, I have a lot of sayings, I guess, what you could say. Like, my parents used to like joke about this one. Anytime I do something wrong, I always say my bad. Like it's just kind of a habit I say, like a catchphrase I say, kind of. And I kind of just like to say a lot of the same things as comfort words. Like I know I've noticed one time that like I kind of just talk to myself so much and say the same thing over and over that I would. Oh God, I'm getting stuck on that. I will say a lot of the times, where's the box? I'm just trying to see where the box is. I don't actually know. Oh, it's over there. Okay. But a lot of times I will say, I want to go home, bro. I just want to be home. But I'll like, but like, it's got, oh, that's not killing them. But it's gotten so bad to the point where I'll literally say it while at home. Like I will be at home and I will literally say like, I want to be home. I want to be home. And it's like, bro, what? Why am I saying that? Like, oh, it just went away. That's unfortunate. But like, I'm literally saying I want to go home while at home. Like, what am I saying? I'm at home. Why am I saying that? But I also think a part of that is I kind of treat myself, unless I'm in my room playing the game, I kind of think that like I've gotten so torn with the screens that like if I'm not in my room playing the game, I don't feel at home, right? I don't feel at ease. And like I think that also comes with a lot of stress. Like I think I build a lot of stress a lot, and I think the best way I cope with that is by playing a video game and just not actually tackling my struggles head on, that like I should. And I think that's a, oh God. Oh, oh wait, it's not the end. Oh, it's not the end. Oh, how am I alive? And I just think that that's like a big reason, and that thing I need to, oh God. Oh, this is the end. Focus on. And I think that's a good place to end it. The zombies kind of get overwhelmed, and I only bought Quick Revive once. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video talking about my screen addiction, and I hope maybe you can reflect on it too and realize how much you're spending on screens. And with that, I hope to see you guys in the next video. In the next video, I think we'll play, I don't know what map will be a good map. I don't know. Maybe we'll play a different game. Maybe at that point I'll have 2 videos up, and maybe you guys will have suggested a different game I should play. So put that down in the comments. And yeah, guys, with that, I'll see you in the next video.